Good evening and welcome to tonight's first home meet for the Moorhead Spuds versus the Fargo North Spartans and the Grand Forks Night Riders. The Spuds are coached by Kara Schmitz-Olsen, Pat Anderson diving coach, Fiona Brendamule, assistant coach, and Jeff Schneider, assistant coach. The captains for the Spuds are Isaac Bjorkland, Aiden Carlson, and Joseph Casey. Fargo North Spartans are coached by Richard Fisher and Skip Fisher, assistant coach, Mason Engler, and Taylor Howe. Captains for the Spartans are Dallas Bachmeyer, Jonathan Geske, and the Grand Forks Central Red River Night Riders are coached by Brent Newman, Nicole Fow, and Terry Davis as the diving coach. Captains for the Night Riders are Carson Onstead and Ryan Elshami and Levi Dullum. The Spuds are 4-1 on the season currently. First up tonight, we have the 200 medley relay junior varsity heat. There will be 4 lanes in this heat. In lane 1 will be the Spartans. That will be Owen Christensen, Devin Malou, Sam Bozer, and Marcus Johnson. Lane 2 for the Spuds will be Leighton Mouse, Hayden Booth, Adrian Maston, and Ben Thiel. Spartans will be in lane 3 with Ethan Johnston, Sam Sagvold, Ethan Meyer, and Max Hengel. And lane 4 will be the Spartans. Conrad Thiel, Jackson Derby, Joseph Hoff, and Gordy Barch. Looks like the boys are getting lined up behind the blocks for the first event tonight. Officials are getting in place. Stands are filling up on this cold, cold evening. Thanks everybody for coming out. Thank you at home for watching. For those of you watching at home, lane 1 will be closest to you. Lane 6 will be the far end of the pool. Spartans have gold or yellow caps on tonight. Looks like Moorhead has white hats. And the Night Riders, I'm looking for them. Don't see any right now. I'll keep you posted on that. So the Night Riders are going with a blue or a navy colored cap. Still waiting for the officials to get into position.
Event 1, boys 200-yard medley relay, junior varsity. Take your mark. In lane 1 for the Spartans.
And they are off. 200-yard medley relay, junior varsity.
In lane 2 for the Spuds.
Again, lane 1 is the Spartans, lane 2 is the Spuds, lane 3 Spartans, and lane 4 Spartans.
Sagel, Meyer, and Hengel. In lane 4 for the Spartans, Thiel, Derby, Hoff, and Barth.
Lane 1, we have Christensen, Mayu, Bozer, and Johnson. Lane 2, we have Mouse, Booth, Maston, and Thiel. Lane 3, we have Johnson, Sagvold, Meyer, and Hengel. And lane 4, we have Thiel, Derby, Hoff, and Barch. The medley relay starts off with the backstroke, followed by the breaststroke. Lanes 1, 2, and 3 are just making the turn to come back with their breaststroke. Looks like Fargo North, lane 3 is in the lead right now. We have Ethan Meyer ready to jump in for them. Lane 2 made the exchange. Lane 1 ready for the exchange. Lane 3 still in the lead. Max Hengel jumping in for the Spartans to finish off the race with the freestyle. Each swimmer does a 50-yard total of 1 stroke in this relay. Lane 3 for the Spartans. Finishing the race first here, we have Johnston, Sagvold, Meyer, and Hengel. Lane 2 for the Spuds finishing second with Mouse, Booth, Mostyn, and Thiel. Lane 1 for the Spartans finishing for third. Lane 4 for the Spartans. They still have 1 swimmer to go. Next up, we will have the 200-yard medley relay varsity heat. Looks like there will be 4 heats, or excuse me, 1 heat, 4 lanes of that race. Spartans lane 4 coming in to touch the wall to finish the junior varsity race. Officials are getting into place after that race. Varsity heat is lining up. the Spartans in lane 2, Moorhead in lane 3, Night Riders in lane 4, and Spartans in lane 5.
Event 2, 200-yard medley relay varsity, heat 1 of 2.
All right, again, they're starting out with the backstroke. We have lane 2 for the Spartans. We have Jacob Hoff, Xavier Buckmiller, Jonah Zozel, and Finn Kitley. For the Spuds in lane 3, we have Matthew Brendemule, Carter Rubin, Dylan Brandon, and Francis Casey. Lane 4 for the Night Riders, we have Elias Earhart, Marcos Yapa, Levi Dullum, and Caleb Larson. In lane 5 for the Spartans, we have Colby Miller, Jethro Nedham, Liam Schreiber, and Anthony Thompson. Everybody is in with the breaststroke currently. It's like lane 2 for the Spartans has a slight edge over Moorhead in lane 3. Coming back with the breaststroke. Looks like Zozel and Brandon are in for the Spartans and the Spuds. Kilty in for the Spartans in lane 2. Spuds made the exchange. All teams are in now with their last person doing the freestyle. We do have a disqualification, not sure which lane. I did see one of the officials raise their hand though. So Fargo North, lane 2 took first. That is the team of Hoff, Buckmiller, Zozel, and Kilty. I'll have to listen to the announcements and see which lane was disqualified. We do have one more heat of this event, which is the 200-yard relay.
We have an exchange violation in lane 2.
Exchange violation in lane 2, which was the Spartans winning team, so that disqualified them. Heat 2, again in lane 2 we have the Spartans, lane 3 we have the Spuds, lane 4 we have the Night Riders. Lane 2 for the Spartans we have Will Roll, Jonathan Geske, Ty Botwell, and Hayden Bain. Lane 3 for the Spuds, Isaac Bjorklund, Aiden Carlson, Sahan, and Dawson Nesnick. For the Night Riders, we have Jackson Rarick, Logan Bierke, Avery Berg, and Carson Onstead. Oh, they all look pretty close right there. Every lane made the exchange at the same time. Scoreboard has lane 2, which is the Spartans in first place. Looks like Aiden Carlson in the pink hat for Moorhead might have a slight edge. Night Riders lane 4 look like they're going to touch the wall first here for the butterfly. Everybody's in for the freestyle. It's going to be a close race. It looks like the Spartans might be touching first. Spartans, Moorhead, Night Riders. So the team of Roll, Geske, Botwell, and Vane finishing first for the varsity heat of the 200-yard medley relay. Next up, we have the 200 freestyle junior varsity heat 1 of 1.
Event 3, 200-yard freestyle junior varsity heat 1.
Five lanes full for this heat. In lane 1 for the Spartans, we have Wyatt Clark. Lane 2 for Moorhead, Leighton Mouse. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, Miles Borden. Lane 4 for the Spartans, Finn Gravelin. Lane 5 for the Spartans, Owen Tebben. Spartans lane 4 made the turn first. Lane 5 on the outside, Owen Tebben touching first on that turn for the Spartans. Owen Tebben is continuing to hold on to the lead for the Spartans over in lane 5. Moorhead's Leighton Mouse and Spartans or Finn look to be holding tight for second place. Owen Tebben in lane 5, finishing first, followed by Leighton Mouse in lane 2 for the Spuds for second. Lane 4, Finn Gravelin for the Spartans, finishing third. Owen's time was 2:26.61, followed by Leighton's time of 2:34.04. Next we'll have the 200 freestyle varsity heat. There'll be 2 heats of that. Everybody cheering as Miles Borden of the Night Riders coming in to finish.
Event 4, 200-yard freestyle varsity, heat 1 of 2.
In lane 1 for the Spartans, we have Andy Van Leith. Lane 2 for the Spuds, Ben Thiel. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, Michael Schill. In lane 4 for the Spartans, Sam Oster. This is heat 1 of 2 for the varsity 200 freestyle. Looks like the Spartans in the outside lanes have spots 1 and 2 currently. Sam Oster in lane 4 has a slight edge over his teammate Andy Van Lith in lane 1. Spud swimmer in lane 2, Ben Thiel, is moved into second place. He's making a run at his move for first place. Let's see as they come into their last 25 here, who will touch the wall first. Gonna be close. Looks like Ben Thiel for the Spuds in lane 2, out-touched Andy Van Leith in lane 1, or excuse me, Sam Oster. So lane 2 for first, followed by lane 4 for second. Ben's time was 2:15.41. Now we have heat 2. Having troubles with the sound system. Heat 2 of 2 of the 200-yard freestyle. This appears to be a full heat. lane 1 for the Spartans, we have Lucas Terrell. In lane 2 for the Spuds, we have Matthew Brendamule. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, Avery Berg. Lane 4 for the Spartans, Brecken Menier. Lane 5 for the Spuds, Dresden Adams. In lane 6 for the Night Riders, Jackson Rarick. Looks like lane 5, Dresden Adams for the Spuds, has the lead at this point. Followed by lane 3 for the Night Riders, Avery Berg. Lane 5 followed by lane 3 for first and second so far. Looks like third place might be a close call. Dresden Adams for the Spuds coming in now. He will have first tied up, followed by Avery Berg for the Night Riders. He'll take second. Third place, just out-touched lane 1 here. Lucas Terrell for the Spartans took third. Third place was close, touch, touch, touch. Dresden's time was 1:50.74, followed by Avery Berg's time of 1:54.79. Next we will have event 5, which is the 200-yard IM JV heat, 1 of 1.
Event 5, 200-yard IM junior varsity.
We have all 6 lanes full for this 200-yard IM JV heat. Lane 1 for the Spartans, Ethan Johnston. Lane 2 for the Spuds, Hayden Booth. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, David Radke. Lane 4 for the Spartans, Jethro Nedham. Lane 5 for the Spuds, Zach Newfallen. And lane 6 for the Night Riders, Joe Nowatsky. Boys are starting off with the butterfly. Looks like lane 1 turn first, heading to the backstroke. Teammates in lane 1 and 5, 1 and 4 for the Spartans look to be neck and neck as they turn and go into their breaststroke. lane 4 for the Spartans, turned first. That's Jethro Nedham going into his freestyle, followed by his teammate in lane 1, Ethan Johnston. Jethro Nedham for North, finishing first. Followed by lane 1, Ethan Johnston, also for the Spartans, finishing second. Looks like lane 2 for the Spuds, Hayden Booth will finish third. We have the Night Riders over in lane 6, finishing fourth. That's Joe Nowatzki. Jethro's time was 2:50.67, followed by Ethan Johnston's time, 2:59.53.
Event 6, 200-yard IM Varsity, Heat 1.
We're going to have event 6, 200-yard IM Varsity, heat 1 of 2. First heat will have 4 lanes full. In lane 1 for the Spartans, Max Hengel. Lane 2 for the Spuds, Francis Casey. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, Aiden Fawla. And lane 4 for the Spartans, Xavier Buckmiller. North in lanes 4 and 1 seem to have the lead as they make the turn to go into the backstroke. Xavier Buckmiller with the lead so far for the Spuds, or excuse me, Spartans. Xavier already making the turn to go into his freestyle. Spuds in lane 2 and Spartans in lane 1 just made the turn to go into the freestyle. Xavier Buckmiller, lane 4, finishing first in that heat. It's like the Spuds, Francis Casey in lane 2 will finish second, followed by lane 1 for the Spartans, Max Hengel for third. And Xavier's time was 2:27.84, followed by Francis's time of 2:37.57 and Max's time of 2:40.19. We have a full heat for heat 2 of the 200-yard IM. Lane 1 for North will be Jacob Hoff. Lane 2 for the Spuds, Dawson Nesnick. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, Logan Bierke. Lane 4 for the Spartans, Hayden Vane. Lane 5 for the Spuds, Joseph Casey. And lane 6 for the Night Riders, Carson Onstead. Dawson Nesnick followed by Logan Bierke. Turn first to go into the backstroke. Lanes 2 and 3. Looks like those two are continuing to stay neck and neck. The Spartans, Hayden Vane has overtaken Joseph Casey currently as they both turn to go into the freestyle. Lane 4, Hayden Vane for the Spartans taking first, followed by lane 5 for the Spuds, Joseph Casey for second. Third place, ooh, that was tight. I think lane 3 took it. Yes, lane 3, which is the Night Riders, Logan Bierke, took third. Event 7 is going to be the 50-yard freestyle JV. Heat 1 of 2. Lane 1, we have Gordy Barch. Lane 2, Conrad Thiel. Lane 3, Robert Bond. Lane 4, Anthony Thompson. Lane 5, Jackson Derby. And lane 6, Hugo Chukwisuocho. Lane 4 taking first. Lane 2 taking second. So Spartans, lane 4, Anthony Thompson. Lane 2 for the Spartans, Conrad Thiel. Heat 2 of the 50 freestyle JV. In lane 1, we have Colby Miller. Lane 2, Keaton Jacobson. Lane 3, Lucas Larson. Lane 4, Alex Lind. Lane 5, Gabriel Chavez. And lane 6, Christian Border. Lane 1 and 2, who's it going to be? I think lane 1 touched first, yes. With a time of 27:06 for the Spartans, Colby Miller, followed by Spuds, Keaton Jacobson, with a time of 27:52 for second. Now we'll have the varsity heat of the 50-yard freestyle, heat 1 of 2. Lane 1, Ethan Meyer. Lane 2, Dylan Brandon. Lane 3, Elias Eberhardt. And lane 4, Dallas Bachmeyer. Looks like we're going to have Dallas Bachmeyer, lane 4 for the Spartans, finishing first. Followed by Ethan Meyer in lane 1 for the Spartans for second. Heat 2 will be a full heat of varsity. Lane 1, Jonathan Geske. Lane 2, Aiden Carlson. Lane 3, Avery Berg. Lane 4, Finn Kilty. Lane 5, Carter Reburn. Lane 6, Caleb Larson. Oh, might be Aiden Carlson for the Spuds with the pink hats, finishing first. Followed by lane 3 for the Night Riders, Avery Berg. Aiden's time, 23:36. Avery's time, oh, wait a minute. Sorry, they just messed up the scoreboard. I think we are going to get the pool ready for diving. So we will have a break here now while they prepare the pool for diving, and we will be back when diving starts.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages, to become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
All right, we are about ready to start with diving. The order of diving tonight is going to be, first diver is going to be Miles Borden for the Night Riders. Second diver is going to be Vance Croach, from Moorhead. Third diver is going to be Caleb Larson from the Night Riders. And the last diver this evening is going to be Carter Reburn from the Spuds. And we're going to start off with Miles, and his first dive is going to be 5211A, back dive, half twist, straight position, degree of difficulty 1.8. His scores are 4.5, 4, and 4. Next up, we have Vance for the Spuds. His first dive is going to be 5222D, back, 1 somersault, 1 twist, forward dive, degree of difficulty 1.8. Vance's first dive scores a 6, a 4.5, and a 6.
4.5, 6, 6.
Next from the Night Riders, we have Caleb Larson, 5211A, back dive, half twist, straight position, degree of difficulty 1.8. Caleb's first dive is a 5.5, 5, and a 4. Next we have Carter Rubin for Moorhead with a 5121D, forward, 1 somersault, half twist, free position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Carter scores a 2.5, a 2.5, and a 3.
2.5, 2.5, 3.
Next, we're back to Miles for his second dive. Is a 103C, forward, 1.5 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty, 1.6.
1.5 somersault, tuck, 1.6.
Miles scores a 4.5, 4.5, and 4.5.
4.5, 4.5, 4.5.
Vance second dive is a 52.25D, back, 1 somersault, 2.5 twists, free position, degree of difficulty, 2.7.
2.5 twists, free, 2.7.
Vance scores a 5.5, a 5.5, and a 5.
5, 5.5, 5.5.
Next we have Caleb Larson. His second dive is a 103B, forward, 1.5 somersault, pike position, degree of difficulty, 1.7. Caleb's second dive, 6.5, 6, 5.5.
5.5, 6, 6. Next is Carter with 103.
Carter, his second dive is a 103C, forward, 1.5 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty, 1.6. Carter scores a 4, 4, and 4.5.
4.5, 4, 4.
Back to Miles
Round 3.
from the Night Riders. His third dive is a 202C, back, 1 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty, 1.5. Miles' third dive scores him a 5.5, a 6, and a 5.
5.5, 5.
Next we have Vance. His third dive is a 204C, back, 2 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty, 2.0. Vance's third dive scores him a 6, a 5, and a 5.
5, 5.
And we have Caleb Larson for the Night Riders. His third dive is a 202B, back, 1 somersault, pike position, degree of difficulty, 1.6.
1.6.
Caleb's third dive, 7.5. 5.5. 5. We had some screeches from the crowd here as they thought he was awfully close to the diving board.
Sorry, 6.5.
Next up, we're back to Miles.
Carter with 301C.
Oh, excuse me. We're Carter's third dive. 301C, reverse dive, tuck position, degree of difficulty, 1.6. That looked nice and straight. Got some good height on that. Carter's dive was a 6, 5.5, 5.5. Now starting round 4, back to Miles from the Night Riders. His fourth dive is a 302C, reverse 1 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Miles scores a 5.5, a 5, and a 5. And we have Vance with his fourth dive is a 403C, inward, 1.5 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty 2.2. Vance's fourth dive gives him a 6, a 6, and a 6.5. We have Caleb, his fourth dive is a 302C, reverse 1 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Caleb got some nice height on that. 6, 5.5, 5.5. And we have Carter with his fourth dive is a 201A back dive. Straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Carter with a 4.5, 4.5, and a 3.5.
3.5, 4.5, 4.
Starting the round 5. Back with Miles is a 402C inward, 1 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. This is Miles's fifth dive. Miles scores a 4.5, a 4, and a 4.
4, 4.
And we have Vance with his fifth dive, 103B, forward, 1.5 somersault, pike position, degree of difficulty 1.7. scores a 5, 6, and a 5.
5, 6, 5.
Caleb Larson, his fifth dive is a 403C, inward, 1.5 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty, 2.2. Caleb's fifth dive, he scores a 4, a 5, and a 4.
4, 5, 4.
And we have Carter with his fifth dive, 202C, back, 1 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty, 1.5. Carter is a 9th grader for the Spuds. Carter's fifth dive scores a 4.5, a 4, and a 4.5.
4, 4.5, 4.5.
And we are back to Miles. He is starting round 6, which is his last dive. Miles will do 51-21D, forward, 1 somersault, half twist, free position, degree of difficulty, 1.7. Miles is a 7th grader for the Night Riders. Miles scores a 4.5, a 4.5, and a 4.
4, 4.5. Next is
And we have Vance for Moorhead with his last dive is a 104C, forward, 2 somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty, 2.2. Vance is also a 9th grader. And his last dive scores him a 5, a 6.5, and a 5.5.
6.5.
And we have Caleb Larson, who is a junior for the Night Riders. And his last dive is a 52-21D, back, 1 somersault, half twist, free position, degree of difficulty, 1.7. Oh, sorry. He was looking mighty close to the board. Caleb's last dive scores him a 6.5, a 5, and a 5.
Next is Carter.
And our last dive for the evening is Carter from Moorhead. His last dive is a 401C, inward dive, tuck position, degree of difficulty, 1.4. Carter scores a 4.5, a 4, and a 5.
4, 5.
And that completes diving for the evening.
Concludes diving.
And they will take about a 10-minute break again to get the pool ready for swimming. And we will see you when they come back with the 100-yard butterfly.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They're never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for plows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North and Moorhead.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
All right, I do have the results from diving. In first place for the Spuds was Vance with a score of 2:10.20. Second place from Grand Forks is Caleb with a score of 166.9. Third place, also from Grand Forks, was Miles with a score of 135.75. And fourth place for the Spuds was Carter with a score of 120.45. And our next event is going to be event 11, which is the 100-yard butterfly junior varsity, heat 1 of 1.
Somebody turn that, the fan.
Looks like we're still waiting for maybe one or two more. There they are. Okay. 100-yard butterfly JV, heat 1 of 1. Lane 2 for the Spartans, Colby Miller. Lane 3 for the Spuds, Adrian Moston. Lane 4 for the Spartans, Finn Graverlin. And lane 5 for the Spuds, Gabriel Chavez. Like the Spartans for 1 and 2 so far. Looks like Finn Graverlin for the Spartans, lane 4, coming in first, followed by his teammate in lane 2, Colby Miller for second. Lane 3, Adrian Maston for the Spuds, taking third. Finn's time was 1:16.13. Colby's time 1:17:42, followed by Adrian's time, 1:25:56. And we have Gabriel just finishing up for the Spuds. Nice race. Event 12 is a 100-yard butterfly varsity, heat 1 of 2. Heat 1 will have 3 swimmers. Lane 2 for the Night Riders, Micah Larson-Schmidt. Lane 3 for the Spuds, Dylan Brandon. And lane 4 for the Spartans, Liam Schreiber. We have the Spartans making the turn first. Dylan Brandon for the Spuds just making the turn. Michael Larson-Schmidt for the Night Riders making the turn. And it'll be Liam Schreiber for the Spartans finishing first. Liam's time is 1:03:52. We have Dylan Brandon for the Spuds touching the wall for second place. Dylan's time is 1:26:43. We have Micah Larson-Schmidt for the Night Riders finishing for third. Now we have event 12, heat 2 of 2. This will be a full varsity heat of the 100-yard butterfly. Again, lane 1 is closest to us. Lane 6 is at the far end. We are waiting for the official. Her whistle isn't working so well. Lane 1 for the Spartans, Andy Van Lith. Lane 2 for the Spuds, Sahan. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, Jackson Rarick. Lane 4 for Spartans, Ty Botwell. Lane 5 for the Spuds, Aiden Carlson. And lane 6 for the Night Riders, Marcos Yapa. Looks like Aiden Carlson appears to be out in front for the Spuds. Aiden Carlson, lane 5 for the Spuds, finishing first, followed by his teammate in lane 2, Sahan, for second. Third place goes to the Spartans, Ty Botwell. Aiden's time was 55.80.
Event 13, 100-yard freestyle, junior varsity, heat 1 of 2.
Event 13 is the 100-yard freestyle, JV, heat 1 of 2. Neither of these heats are full. Heat 1 has 4 swimmers, lanes 2 through 5. It's an all-north heat. Lane 2, Finn Kilty. Lane 3, Conrad Thiel. Lane 4, Owen Christensen. And lane 5, Marcus Johnson. All Spartans in the pool. We have lane 2, Finn Kilty, making the turn first here. Followed by lane 4, Owen Christensen. Finn Kilty finishing first in lane 2. Lane 4, Owen Christensen finishing second, followed by lane 5 for third, Marcus Johnson. Finn's time was 1:01:55. Owen's time was 1:22:58. Marcus's time is 1:25:51. And we have Conrad Thiel coming in soon here to touch the wall. And we will start heat 2 of 2 for the JV 100-yard freestyle. The officials are collaborating on something. Heat 2. In lane 1, we have Sam Bozer from the Spartans. Lane 2 for the Spuds, Hayden Booth. Lane 3 for the Knight Riders is Hugo. And lane 4 for the Spartans is Ethan Meyer. Looks like we have the Spartans in lane 4. Ethan Meyer going to finish first, followed by his teammate in lane 1, Sam Bozer. Ethan Meyer first, Sam Bozer second. Lane 2 for Moorhead, Hayden Booth with third. In lane 3 for the Night Riders is Hugo Chakwisiocha.
Event 14, 100-yard freestyle varsity, heat 1 of 2.
Event 14, 100-yard freestyle varsity, heat 1 of 2. Lane 1, we have Dallas Bachmeyer for the Spartans. Lane 2, Lucas Larson for the Night Riders. Lane 3 for Moorhead, Jacob Gulbranson. In lane 4 for the Spartans, Jonah Zozel. Gonna be tight. Ooh. Lane 3 for the Spuds. Jacob Gulbranson first. Followed by lane 4 for the Spartans for second, Jonah Zozel. Third place goes to the Spartans, Dallas Bachmeyer. Heat 2 of the 100-yard freestyle. Varsity, this is a full heat. Lane 1 for the Spartans, Will Roll. Lane 2 for Moorhead, Isaac Bjorklund. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, Carson Onstead. Lane 4 for the Spartans, Hayden Vane. Lane 5 for the Spuds, Dawson Nesnick. And lane 6 for the Night Riders, Michael Schill. Lane 4 for the Spartans, Hayden Vane taking first, followed by Dawson Nesnick in lane 5 for the Spuds for second. Third place is going to go to the Spartans, Will Roll.
Event 16, 500-yard freestyle.
Next
varsity,
up,
heat 1 of 2.
we have Varsity 500-yard freestyle, heat 1 of 2. In lane 1 for the Night Riders, we have Robert Bond. Lane 2 for the Night Riders, Elias Eberhardt. Lane 3 for the Spuds, Ben Thiel. Lane 4 for the Spartans, Brecken Minear. Lane 5 for the Night Riders, Christian Borden. And lane 5 for the Spuds, Zach Newfallen. Lane 1 for the Night Riders, lane 5 for the Night Riders, and lane 6 for the Spuds are exhibition, meaning that their points will not count for this. It appears the Spartans, Brecken Minear, has the lead currently.
Spuds versus Fargo North. Spuds 55, Fargo North 41. And Fargo North versus Grand Forks. Fargo North 62, Grand Forks 42.
Lane 4 is still holding the lead. Lane 4 is Brecken from Fargo North. Lane 4, Brecken Manier finishing up his last lap here. He's about 2 laps in front of anybody else. Spartans take first on that event. And lanes 2 and 3 just going to be starting their last lap as well. Lane 2 for the Night Riders is Elias Eberhardt, and lane 3 for the Spuds is Ben Thiel. Lane 2 for the Night Riders, finishing second, followed by lane 3 for the Spuds for third, Ben Thiel. Spartans' winning time is 5:33.62. That was for Brecken. Elias's time was 6:12.62, and Ben's time is 6:19.04. Waiting for the rest of their heat to finish. We have lane 6 for the Spuds finishing. It's Zach Newfollen. Zach's time is 7:53.56. We have lane 1 from the Night Riders, Robert Bond coming in for his finish. Robert's time was 9:18.08. Heat 2 of 2 for the 500-yard freestyle. In lane 1 for the Spartans, we have Jacob Hoff. Lane 2 for Moorhead, Dresden Adams. Lane 3 for Spartans, Lucas Terrell. Lane 4 for the Night Riders, Levi Dahlem. And lane 5 for the Spuds, Francis Casey. So far, Dresden Adams for the Spuds and Lucas Terrell for the Spartans have the lead. Dresden and Lucas continue to hold the lead through lap 7. Dresden is taking a bigger lead over the Spartans, second place. Dresden and Lucas are on lap 13. Dresden Adams in lane 2 is getting the whistle. Means he will be starting his last lap. Dresden Adams finishing first for the Spuds. Dresden's time, 4:58.63, excuse me. Lane 3 for the Spartans, finishing second, Lucas Terrell. Lane 1 for Moorhead, or excuse me, the Spartans. Jacob Hoff taking third. Lucas's time is 5:30:41, and Jacob Hoff's time is 5:40:49. Our next event will be the 200-yard freestyle relay, junior varsity, heat 1 of 1. Lane 1 for the Spartans, we have Sagvold, Thiel, Mayu, and Johnson. Lane 2 for the Spuds, we have Croach, Booth, Chavez, and Newhoffen. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, we have Chukwisa Ocha, Larson Schmidt, Borden, and Radke. In lane 4 for the Spartans, we have Lind, Clark, Christensen, and Bozer. Had an exchange where he lost his goggles, but he put them back on quickly. Like lane 2. Lane 2 for the Spuds taking first, followed by lane 4 for the Spartans taking second. Spuds is Croach, Booth, Chavez, and Newhoffen. Event 18 is going to be the 200-yard freestyle relay varsity heat 1 of 2. There was an exchange violation, but I did not hear in what lane. Lane 3, which would be for the Night Riders. So they are disqualified. Lane 2 for the Spartans, we have Nedham, Buckmiller, Kilty, and Terrell. Lane 3 for the Spuds, we have Thiel, Casey, Brandon, and Jacobson. Lane 4 for the Night Riders, we have Schill, Nowatzki, Fiala, and the Spartans, we have Van Liff, Johnston, Tebben, and Gravelin. Lane 2 for the Spartans appear to be in first. Lane 2 for the Spartans taking first, followed by, looks like the lane 3 perhaps. Yes, lane 3 for the Spuds taking second. Lane 5 for the Spartans taking third. First place Spartans team is Nedham, Buckmiller, Kilty, and Terrell. Heat 2 for the Night Riders, we have Onstead, Larson, Eberhardt, and Yapa. Lane 3 for Moorhead, Adams, Casey, Gulbranson, and Bjorklund. Lane 4 for the Spartans, we have Bachmeyer, Geske, Boatwell, and Manier. Spuds have the lead so far. Spuds make the exchange north. And now the Night Riders. The Spuds, lane 3, take first, followed by the Spartans in lane 2. Spuds team of Adams, Casey, Gulbranson, and Bjorklund.
Event 19, 100-yard backstroke junior varsity, heat 1.
Event 19 is the 100-yard backstroke junior varsity, heat 1 of 1. In lane 1 for the Night Riders, we have David Radke. In lane 2 for the Spuds, we have Leighton Moss. Lane 3 for the Spartans, we have Anthony Thompson. Lane 4 for the Spartans, we have Max Hengel. In lane 5 for the Spartans, we have Joseph Hoff. We have lane 3, Anthony Thompson making the turn first for the Spartans. Looks like lanes 3 and 4, it's going to be close here. I think lane 3 out-touched lane 4. Lane 3 for the Spartans, Anthony Thompson, followed by his teammate Max Hengel for second, both from the Spartans.
Event 20, 100-yard backstroke varsity, heat 1 of 2.
Event 20 is a 100-yard backstroke varsity heat. Heat 1 of 2. In lane 2 for the Spuds, we have Adrian Mostyn. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, Micah Larson-Schmidt. Lane 4 for the Spartans, Liam Schreiber. And lane 5 for the Spartans, Sam Oster. Lane 5 and 4 making the turn first, both for the Spartans. Lane 5, Sam Oster out-touching Liam Schreiber. I have Adrian Mostyn finishing third for the Spuds, followed by the Night Riders, Michael Larson-Schmidt. Heat 2 of 2.
Heat 2.
In lane 1 for the Spartans, Jonah Zozol. Lane 2 for the Spuds, Isaac Bjorklund. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, Levi Dullum. Lane 4 for the Spartans, Will Roll. Lane 5 for the Spuds, Sahan. And lane 6 for the Night Riders, Marcos Yapa. Lane 4 for the Spartans, followed by lane 5 for the Spuds for 1 and 2. Event 21 is the 100-yard breaststroke JV, heat 1 of 1.
Event 21, 100-yard breaststroke junior varsity, heat 1. Take your mark.
In lane 1 for North, we have Ethan Johnston. Lane 2 for Moorhead, Keaton Jacobson. Lane 3 for the Spartans, Sam Sagvold. And lane 4 for the Spartans, Devin Mayu. Sam Sagvold for the Spartans is leading the pack, even though he lost his goggles. Keaton Jacobson for the Spuds, taking first, out-touching Sam Sagvold in lane 3 from the Spartans in second. Nice race for Sam, even though he lost his goggles. Event 22 is the 100-yard breaststroke varsity, heat 1 of 2. In lane 2 for the Spartans, Jethro Nedham. Lane 3 for the Knight Riders, Joe Nowatsky. Lane 4 for the Spuds, Jacob Galbranson. And lane 5 for the Spartans, Xavier Buckmiller. Spartans had the lead at the turn there, followed closely by Moorhead. Spartans in lane 5, out-touching the Spuds. In lane 4, lane 2 for the Spartans, taking third. Xavier Buckmiller for the Spartans took first. We have heat 2 of 2 of the 100-yard breaststroke varsity. This will be a full heat. In lane 1 for the Spartans, Ty Botwell. Lane 2 for the Spuds, Matthew Brendamule. Lane 3 for the Knight Riders, Logan Bierke. Lane 4 for the Spartans, Jonathan Geske. Lane 5 for the Spuds, Joseph Casey. And lane 6 for the Knight Riders, Aiden Fiala. Lane 3, Logan Bierke for the Knight Riders, touching first so far when he makes the turn. Logan has a nice looking stroke, finishing first for the Knight Riders. Followed by lane 4 for the Spartans and lane 5 for the Spuds in third. The second goes to Jonathan Geske and third place goes to Joseph Casey. Event 23, 400-yard freestyle relay, junior varsity, heat 1 of 1.
Event 23, 400-yard freestyle relay, varsity, heat 1.
Lane 1 for the Spartans, we have Hengel, Bozer, Clark, and Christensen. Lane 2 for the Spuds, Mouse, Moston, Jacobson, Newfallhaven. Lane 3 for the Knight Riders, Borden, Larson, Schmidt, Bond, and Radke. Lane 4 for the Spartans, Lind, Tebben, Van Lith, and Gravelin. And lane 5 for the Spartans, Johnson, Hoff, Derby, and Barch. Oh, we have somebody else, lane 3, lost their goggles. Lots of goggles mishaps tonight. I'm sure that's frustrating to the swimmers. Lanes 1 and 2 right here, neck and neck. Looks like the Moorhead team is coming in to finish, as well as lane 4 for the Spartans. Spartans finished first. Moorhead finished second. Spartan team of Lind, Tebben, Van Lith, and Gravelin, followed by the Moorhead team of Moss, Moston, Jacobson, and Newhoffen. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, just finishing. Last event of the evening is going to be event 24, which is the varsity heat of the 400 freestyle relay. We have 2 heats of those.
Event 24, 400-yard freestyle relay, varsity. Heat 1 of 2.
Heat 2 for the Spartans, Thompson, Oster, Miller, Meyer. Lane 3 for the Night Riders, Larson, Alla, Schill. Moorhead is in lane 4 with Brendamule, Rayburn, Sahan, and Gulbranson. In lane 5 for the Spartans, we have Bachmeyer, Hoff, Roll, and Schreiber. Looks like the Spuds took first in that one, followed by the Spartans in lane 5. The winning team was Brendemule, Rayburn, Sahan, and Gulbranson, followed by the Spartan team of Bachmeyer, Hoff, Roll, and Schreiber. Lane 2 for the Spartans, coming in third, Thompson, Oster, Miller, and Meyer. Heat 2 of 2. 400-yard freestyle relay, varsity heat. Lane 2 for the Night Riders. We have Rarick, Dullum, Bierke, and Berg. Lane 3 for the Spuds. We have Carlson, Nesnick, Adams, and Casey. Lane 3 for the Spartans, we have Minier, Terrell, Zozel, and Vane. The Spuds pulling out in front here. Just their first swimmer though. And Nesnick ready to jump in for the Spuds. Spuds holding on to the lead. Dresden Adams for the Spuds, getting ready to make the exchange. There he goes. Third swimmers of the relay are in the pool now. Last event of the evening. Moorhead is holding the lead. Followed by the Spartans and then the Night Riders. Joseph Casey making the exchange for the Spuds. North, we have Hayden Vane making the exchange, and for the Night Riders now jumping in, we have Avery Berg. Spuds are holding the lead. All the teammates at the other end cheering on their team. Getting loud at the other end. Spuds touching first, team of Carlson, Nesnick, Adams, and Casey. Followed by the Spartans. Spud's time was 3:28.58. And that concludes tonight's swim meet. The Spuds are back in action again on Saturday in West Fargo for the Battle of the Border. That will be a huge invite. Moorhead versus lots of North Dakota schools. So thank you again, and we will see you next time.